Alright then, it is the 1st of March. It's a sunny day, it's cold, but it's sunny. And this video is a rant about wearing the old Fazog mask and a bit about the oil field, how well that's doing. Stay tuned, that's on at the end, so you need to watch and get it, or else you can skip forward. Hope you like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Alright, Monday the 1st of March. Happy spring or whatever it is. Happy new month to you all. I am in Elko, Nevada. Wife and I are, she's away into Walmart there. I thought I'd jump on here, update you, and have a moan. And I'm just going to be meeting Paul today. He's picking up a load at Aberdeen, Idaho. Not the one in Scotland. The one in Idaho, eh? I always see that sign and think, my goodness. I wonder if it was a guy from Aberdeen that set this place up. Back in the old country. So, here goes. I am absolutely sick of these. See these things here? People of a certain age, like myself, you forget it sometimes, you know? There must be a lot of shoe leather wore out by people who get out of the car, walk to the door of some place and go, oh crap, my mask. Me. So, but what I'm really sick of though, not so much these, I get it, right? I really get the whole mask thing. And but there is a Scottish comedian called Kevin Bridges who makes a statement and says, there are some people in the world who swap their common sense for a high-vis jacket. You know who I'm talking about? They get this high-vis vest on and then they become super authority people. I've had them work for me and I've been in places where you're around them and it sucks. Likewise, the mask enforcement brigade. Sick of them. Usually teenage girls about 18 or 19, when you go into a shop. We were in San Francisco. I'm name dropping now. We just kind of made our way up the coast of California while we were waiting for a truck to get into. And I have to say also on the California thing, I always wondered, why would anybody want to live there? Why would anybody want to pay all that fuel tax and pay? I paid $4.36 for a gallon of fuel. Now I get it. I stopped off on the recommendations of my son's father-in-law John. Thanks John for your recommendation to go to a restaurant in Santa Barbara. I'm not going to tell you. You can message us if you want to know about it, because it'll get swarmed by people once all the people who subscribe to this channel know about this restaurant. No, but it was fantastic, right on the beach in Santa Barbara in the north side of the town there. Fantastic, great place. The location was outstanding and the food was good as well, so thanks for that John, appreciate it. My daughter Michaela, she mentioned a place to us in Monterey on the Fisherman's Wharf. We went out there and I have to say it's probably the best food I've had ever. You know, you get this clam chowder in a bread bowl. I don't know if you're supposed to eat the bowl, but I couldn't stop myself, I had to eat the bowl. And the seafood linguines, outstanding food. I like my grub. But we stopped in San Francisco and my wife fancied a coffee one night, so we're right in the middle of the town there. I never realised how small San Francisco was, to be honest with you. So we're walking to this place and it turns out it was just a cookie place. How they could afford to have 3 members of staff in there and nobody working. It was 10 o'clock at night. Walking up there, had the worst Chinese food there ever in Chinatown, by the way. So we walk up into this place and my wife says, do you do coffee? And they said, no. we don't. Just the drinks that are in the fridge and these cookies, right? So, me had my mask on, just like that. See, covers your nostrils there, but the point of my nose isn't under it. Then it stops my mask. So we're in there, and the conversation went like that. Nope. No. That's all we have. My wife said, okay, that's okay, we'll just leave it. So the place was the size of it was just a tiny little shop, you know, a counter and maybe enough space for 5 or 6 people to stand in it close together. So my hand was on the door handle, open it, and this little girl says, doesn't say excuse me or anything like that, it just says, oh, can you lift your mask above your nose? I thought, in 1.5 seconds, I am not your problem anymore. My thing is falling down, it just pops over. I've got a big nose. I've always had it. It's there, stuck in the middle of my face. Can't do anything about it. Wearing glasses now, they steam up when I'm wearing it. It is an issue. I've heard all these solutions, but you know, sometimes you forget your mask. Sometimes it's down. But for the most part, I've got my mask on every time we go in somewhere. But it's these authoritarian people that are using this. You know, I don't mind. You know, I run coaches, and if it was the same thing, I would say, I hate to do this to you, but is there any way you could maybe put your mask on? You know, or, sorry, you know, or go at it like that. But it's the Adolf Hitler dictatorship ordering you to put your mask on, and the insanity of some of these rules that I am rebelling against. It's the people, we want power. Jeez. Same last night, yesterday. We went into a place, famous coffee chain thing. Wife gets a coffee, sitting outside. I used the loo, and then the paper, the cup and stuff's there, and I thought, I'll be a good citizen. I'll take that and put it in the bin. I'll pick it up and walk around about. No bins. You're allowed to eat outside, but they don't have a bin outside. They don't want to have to come out and clear the bins. They'll just give you the stuff and out you go. What do you do with it then? You've got to take it all the way back into their shop. How's that right? I don't think it is. So I get up looking for a bin. By this time I'm at the door, and I can see the bin inside the door, and I think, oh, there's a bin there. No, I thought anything of it. My mask's not on, it's at the table. Didn't even think. So I get in there, and the place is massively empty. These places are large. And somebody shouts from behind the counter, you have to wear your mask! Right. Put it on to walk back out the shop. I was only in the shop about 6 feet to the bin right by the door. I'm tired of it. It's wearing thin. And I was in a popular Chinese takeaway place the other night there, and this happened, right? And I kicked myself. I can hardly sleep for thinking that I was so obedient that I obeyed the instructions and orders of this teenage boy. So I show up there, we're looking for something to eat on the Uber Eats, and Wendy's were going to deliver it for $12.50, right? I could see it from the hotel room window. It's right there, I could see it. We're in Reno. Looked across, there it is. No, I ain't paying $12.50. But we originally wanted some of this Chinese food from Panda Express it was, right? So there we are. I decide to go get the Wendy's and save the $12.50 plus the tip, plus. It's be a very expensive cheeseburger. So I get in the truck, I drive straight up to the door. I see there's a guy standing inside. I get out, walk in, I'm inside there. There's a guy at the counter getting served, and I walk in there, and this kid walks up to me with his hat on and says, sorry sir, he did apologise, but our lobby is closed now. I said, what? I'm here. He said, yeah, it's closed now, you need to use the drive-through. And like a complete moron, I turned and walked back out the door, got into my truck, reversed it back, drove around the block, and right around the freaking other block to get into their drive-through to get the exact same stuff, which they got wrong. when you get back to the room. But why? It wasn't closed. It was open. I was in the lobby. And then they said, no, you need to go back out. It's closed now. It was open. They just hadn't locked the door. But because I'm out the vehicle, I'm in. I've got to get out and go. And I did that. I obeyed his commands. I should have just said, no, your door is not closed. Your door's open. I'm inside it. Serve me. There's a lot of this stuff going along with this disease that's floating around the planet that, in my opinion, yep, it's terrible, and I've had it, and it sucked when I had it. But when I see some of these stores that are only opening restricted hours, you know, some of these the largest one in the country was restricted their operating hours. Used to be 24 hours. You know, they're closing it. They only open from certain hours to certain hours now for your safety. No, it's no. They'll be making more money by not having as many staff 24 hours. You know, the same amount of people still have to go to these stores to get the stuff. They've just crammed it down. Now, I can understand if they come out and say some of our employees have got it, but no, they don't. They put it for your safety. Everything's for your safety. It's no. It's no. It's just to profiteer. Certain of it. That's my moan. But I just don't like the way that this is being used, and people are taking massive power trips out of it, and the way I don't mind it if somebody says, excuse me, you forgot to put your mask on, big man. Get it on, you're an idiot. Put it on. Sorry, I'm on it. But it's when these little kids yell at you across the thing like you're a complete senile old man. I probably am, but I don't want somebody telling me that's just out of school, if they are out of school. I drive a massive truck hauling stuff to their shops and to their distribution centres, and I use my safety and look after other people's safety. I don't yell out the window when I see somebody go over, you know, going to overtake me, and I have to go that way and put indicators on, and you're turning right and you have to block the road, and you're doing it in a way that nobody's going to get hurt. I don't yell out the window and go, there you go, I've looked after you, there you go, I've looked after you. I'm rabbiting now, I know I am, but I'm just really hacked off at this way that lobbies are closed. If you drive a semi-truck, an 18-wheeler, what good is a drive-through? So we're picking up a load off of Paul. He's bringing it down at Salt Lake. We'll meet him there. Then we've got to go down. I know that when I'm at Green River, Utah, get to Moab, all that area there, I have to tank up my belly with food, because see, when I get into New Mexico, it's delivery only. Nothing's open. But they want you to bring the stuff to them. They want your truck there to bring the food. But they don't want your truck in the state. They just want it magically to appear in New Mexico. It's my least favourite state in all of the country, is that state. We get into trouble in there, and we shouldn't have been in trouble. It was a mistake on their part, and the feds are fixing that for us. But that's my rabbit about this. Updating the trucks, updating our DOT audit, that's gone really well. People in Idaho with a bit of common sense have helped things us out there. Great to see that in the industry, it really, really is. Heading across to meet Paul. We're off to Houston. Brett is going to be unloading Wednesday in Pompano Beach, Florida. And Justin unloaded this morning in Tupelo, Mississippi, and reloaded in Memphis, and he's heading back to Salt Lake. Good rate out, good rate back. And the oil field truck, all you naysayers, let me tell you, my oil field truck, doing great. Good driver in it though. Wes is brilliant. Really, he's the oil field is very much a case of the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and nobody squeaks louder than Wes when it's not getting any work. So the oil well in New Mexico that had a premium on it, it finished, but the other one starts up in 10 days. So they bounced us into West Texas to work in there, and he got there yesterday, got his boxes, Texas boxes on his trailer, got a load this morning. He's on his second load today, so Last week was probably the best week I've had in the oil field in the space of almost 2 years. So, hallelujah freaking hallelujah. So that's working out. Just need to get the little cafe in Scotland working, and we'll be getting some bills paid off here pretty quick. That'll be great. But wife's still here with me, still looking at getting her a flight back in, which just doesn't have to be in the quarantine thing, but apparently that's going all haywire over there again with some Brazilian thing going nuts. When will it end, eh? All these clever people in the world that make gazillions of dollars, these pharmaceutical companies, should have us all protected. Not just a vaccination. They should get us one of those what do you call them? Antidotes. There you go. Word for the day. Antidote. That's your Uncle Dote's wife. Never mind. That's enough. On that note, I will end this video. Hope you're having a great day, and I hope this finds you in fantastic spirits and doing well. Okay, speak to you later. Bye bye.